Alright, hey everybody. I'm actually sitting on the ground. Don't know why, but I did. I'm gonna try this again and see if we can get any attention with this or not. Just want to jump on here and see how many people we get here. I'm gonna see if I can grab myself a seat because the ground's not comfortable. That's a little bit better. But we want to jump on, see if we can get anybody's attention, talk motorcycles, cars. Can't see the other car over there. See if we can get anybody out here on here. See if anybody follows the motorcycle world, like what's going on with Indian and Harley and all that stuff. But yeah, let's see if we get anybody going on here. Let's see if I can move this here camera. There we go. That's a little better. Let's see if YouTube treats me good and we get anything going on here. Let's see what I'm saying on here. But, anyways, just kind of new to the live. Wanted to see if we can get some stuff going on. Not sure who's just joined, but welcome. So what we're going to try to do is talk about motorcycles, cars. I just want to read comments, see what people got going on about the. No, they're not there anymore. I know we got two more. Welcome. I don't know who's on there. Like I was saying, we want to try to talk about motorcycles a little bit. Maybe if anybody rides, put in the comments, what you're riding, your setups, different things like that. Cars, obviously, a little bit of that here. And maybe what project cars or whatever you have going on. And if anybody's been following the Harley and Indian drama that's been going on, looks like we're up to 31, so welcome everybody that's in. Just kind of a recap. We're just trying to do a little bit of garage talk, I guess, and see if anybody's got motorcycles, what they ride, any information, whatever. We talk about cars. I got a vet sitting behind us, LC8. If anybody is interested in talking about cars, it's just to see what we can get on there. I don't know if I've seen any comments here. Let's see what food we got on here. Well, I'll just welcome everybody that's on. And if anybody feels free to comment or whatever, would be greatly appreciated. Just trying to start up a little garage talk story, see what's going on. Anything motorcycle related, car related. I'm gonna see what everybody's got down there. Yeah, looks like it's not a real busy activity here going on. But yeah, comments, questions, anything that's in there, I will try to answer. If anybody's been riding or anything like that, what they ride, what their gear is. That's the vet that's in the background. So if anybody wants to talk about that, that's in the background there. Talk about those things. Thanks for a comment on a nice bike. Had her for a while. It's a 2013 FZ6R. It's got like 22,000 miles on it. Been pretty reliable. See what we got in your comments. I'm doing good. You know, just trying to get into the YouTube stuff here a little bit more. How's everybody that's out there, that's on there? Looks like we got, I don't know, 14 people or something. So, yeah, how's everybody's Sunday going? I know it's kind of the middle of the day. I'm just trying to, thanks for whoever said love your vids. Trying to get some fresh stuff out there. Thanks for the comment. I finally got to where I could do live, so I figured I'd give that a shot, see what was out there, see if we can get anything. Appreciate the like, that helps the YouTube algorithm. What video did you like the best that you saw? Thanks for subscribing, appreciate it. That helps. Trying to get some subscribers out there, different things, trying to get things started up. So anything helps, guys. Thank you. Anybody on there? Let me get a little closer so I can read the screen. Oh, you had an R6. Yeah, what year was your R6? Thanks for everybody that's on. "2019, nice. That's a good bike. What do you have now? Do you have anything else, or did you quit riding, or what's the story there? I've had a couple different bikes. This one I've just had since new. Pretty much picked it up out of the box, out of the crate when I got it. I've had a handful of different bikes since then, since I got this, all the way back from 80 or 81 KZ 550, and I've had a Harley V-Rod KLX 300, which I just recently got rid of. It's actually on the channel. I've had a ZX 1100 and a Honda Shadow Ace 750 for a while. Now I think it's time. I don't think I can let this one go, but I think it's time to add something a little different to the group. I want to see if we can get something that's a little bit more two-up friendly, a little more cruiser, long distance stuff. You got a BMW, like an adventure bike, or like a big touring bike, or what did you get? Well, the four that are still on, I appreciate you guys hanging in there. An S1000, yeah, okay. That's a little more than an R6. Good job. Yeah, how do you like it? Yeah, there's definitely something to be said about having a big leader bike, but at the same time, if you aren't responsible, it can definitely get out of hand real fast. My ZX 1100 was probably one of the funnest bikes I had, next to the V-Rod. The V-Rod was a great straight line bike. It was fast. It would definitely surprise some Gixxer 600s and stuff like that. R1, yeah. My buddy had an R1. I don't remember what year it was. I want to say like an 06 or something. It was awesome. It was one of the all black ones. I forget what they called it. Yeah, I'd be going like 120, he'd go by me on just about tired, like I'm sitting still. So yeah, I'm glad I never jumped on that bike because I don't have that kind of self-control. Nice. So we got 3 likes. It looks like one person still hanging in there. I appreciate it. Whoever's still there. We're trying to get this figured out. Yeah, GXRs are nice bikes. Yeah. I was looking at a GXR back in 13 when I bought the Yamaha. I was thinking about either the GXR 750 or the GXR, I think it was the 650F, kind of more aligns with the FZ6R. Both really good bikes. I almost bought those. How many miles were on your R6 before you got rid of it? And then what does everybody think about high miles on a sport bike? Like I've had a couple bikes that are, I don't know if they're considered upper mileage or not. This girl here has got 22,000 and something on it. Been pretty much trouble free, haven't really done much to it besides regular maintenance. My ZX 1100 I think had 40,000 on it or something, and then my what was it, KZ 550 had almost 50,000 on it. I don't know if that's what's everybody's opinion on high miles on 4-cylinder sport bikes. Is that like nothing, or what does everybody think here? Well, sorry you got to go, but thanks for hanging out anyways. Yeah, please subscribe. Anybody subscribe. We're trying to get over the 500 mark. That just helps the algorithm with YouTube trying to get things out there. I will start putting links and stuff into videos, different things, like cheap riding gear, things like that. Gloves that are decent gloves that don't going to cost you an arm and leg, that are comfortable depending on where you're at, where you're riding. You got to have good protection in the fingers, I believe, in the knuckle area. That's important. And then other things like phone mounts, things like that. Because if you were riding an older bike like this, you've got to be able to have a place to mount your phone. One of the things, and everybody let me know what they use, but one of the things I am looking into is the rock form mount that will go on the handlebar, because I already have rock form mounts for my cases and some of my other stuff. So I think that'll be a real good one there to get. I plan on trying to put those in some of the links down below, either in this video or another video that's upcoming. We'll get some links or whatever in there so we can get those if anybody's interested in that stuff, along with other small add-ons that people may have or want for different things. I don't have one here with me. I was going to talk about chain lube and oil that I use in here, but I thought it was with the bike, and it is not. But bike, since pretty much day one after break-in, we did the 500-mile break-in on it. It had just regular conventional Yamaha motorcycle oil in it. Then I did it again, ran it 1,500 miles, broke it in then, I should say it's already broken, but ran conventional until then, changed it, and it has been running synthetic ever since. I do run AMSOIL 1040 metric motorcycle oil in it, have ever since. Genuine Yamaha oil filter is always on it. And then AMSOIL has a really nice chain lube that I was going to show you guys, but I think it must be in my cabinet. It's not here. Another good one to use. It doesn't sling off and throw a bunch of crap all over everything. So that was a nice one there. What does everybody, if there's anybody on here still, what does everybody use for oil in their motorcycles? What's their favorite? What do they like to use? Chain lube, things like that. These are just things that I use, but I like to hear from the audience and see what they like to use, and if they have anything that's favorite. So we only got just a couple people on. Hey, I don't know who just joined, but I see a hello. So, hi, how you doing? Do you ride? Do you have a motorcycle? Have you rode? We're just kind of talking bikes at the moment. Or even if you do any of your own service work, what kind of oil things that you prefer, in your own motorcycle. And again, if anybody jumps on here and sees anything or has questions or just wants to join, I'm going to try to do a few more of these lives every once in a while. I like to interact with people live on screen. It definitely, I think, makes a difference when you can do it live. And then we can just kind of discuss things, that way. But if anybody wants to subscribe, that would be great. We're trying to break over that 500 mark. I think last I checked, we were at like 410 or something. So a little ways to go, but I think once we get over the 500, then YouTube starts helping out and changing the algorithm a little bit. We can talk. Turn around here, we can talk about that if we want to. So sitting over there under the cover is a 2023 C8. If anybody wants to see it or talk about it, it's the other thing that's in the garage. It's kind of, you'll see on the channel besides the motorcycle. And we're also going to try to get out and go to some dealerships and see if we can get some, at least maybe some riding impressions, or at least some riding of new bikes. I want to try to get under a couple of Indians and get those out. I don't have a very good mic for my helmet yet, so they'll probably be just kind of riding, and then I'll either do voiceover or something over it, but at least be able to see some of the new bikes. I did get on a new Indian RT a while back. They had a demo days and we got on that, but unfortunately my video I was taking went into time lapse instead of actually recording a video, so that messed the whole thing up. I need to get another video of that bike. That was a pretty fun bike to ride. We'll see if we can get maybe on a couple of Harleys if we can. Those places are always super busy. anybody new that's on here that is that rides or has any hot rods or maybe wants to add to what's going on. Let's see if I can add a question maybe here. Pull, start a pull. Nope, no pull. Let's see here. All right, there we go. We'll see if we can get anybody on there. Yeah. Sorry about the live thing here. I'm learning. We're figuring it all out. We're learning together. So I think there's still a couple people on. I don't know if we can get anybody new here, but put a little question up there. See if anybody wants to see some more motorcycle content. If not motorcycle content, what is it that you would like to see more of? Looks like we got a couple other new people on. Yeah. Somebody said yes. Yeah, that is kind of the plan. We'll try to get more on. What would you guys like to see more of as far as motorcycle content goes? Don't have a whole lot to work with, but we can work with what we got if people kind of give me ideas of what it is that they want to see. That is always helpful if we get that. Yeah, ideas, even if it's after the live, you can go down in the comments down there and add to it if you want and tell me what what other things maybe that you would be interested in seeing. I've got little things like I think I already said before, I'm going to start adding things like gloves. We'll talk about different gloves that I use, see if we can interact with people there. Helmets, helmets, what's everybody have here? Where do they mount on their GoPros? Does a lot of people run tinted? Or do you just run the dark visor inside? Things like that. We just want to talk about things, see what everybody's running, what they like, dislike, things like that. So, yeah, I think I'm going to run this out to a half hour, so we're 23 minutes in. Looks like that's kind of the thing. If anybody can give thumbs up, awesome, helps the video out. Looks like we got a couple, 5 already. Let's see if we can, before the video's over, maybe we can get it up to over 10 or 15. That would be awesome. All appreciated, just helps out, get the stuff going. Anybody still on here that rides? I like to try to interact if I can with messages and answer things that anybody puts on there. I just think it's a little bit more interactive instead of just sitting there just talking about something. Be able to just, if somebody's saying something, reply back, you know, answer a question or whatever, or at least say, you know, hey, when somebody says hello, things like that. So we're 25 minutes in. It doesn't show that there's many on. So if we don't get a couple more people in, I might call this at 25 minutes or so. But I appreciate everybody that came on and at least interacted. Whoever subscribed, if you haven't subscribed and you're seeing it after the live, cool. Subscribe then if you can. Like I said, thumbs up. Those help, gets things going. And maybe I'll start another. Maybe another questionnaire thing. Start a poll. Nope, won't let me do another one. All right, so that poll's still up. Looks like everybody. I don't know how many people did it, but it looks like it's 100% more motorcycle content. So we'll figure out how to do that. Even if I throw the GoPro on, stick it on my helmet, and we just go for a ride. And then maybe I'll try to do voiceover stuff over that if I can. And then, you know, different area here. So I've only been where I'm at now for just over a year. So we got a lot of exploring to do. But a lot of different areas to go ride. Ride solo most of the time. As you can see, I don't know if you can see myself in the light. I don't know if you can see past the pole or not, but there's not much room for passengers on the back of this thing. So eventually the plan is to see if we can get something else that me and the missus can go out and go ride together. Don't know if that means this thing's got to go, or if I can hang on to this and just get something different. Not really sure yet. I'd like to be able to hang on to this and get something different, but we'll see how that goes when we get there. But like I said, I appreciate everybody that's watched, commented, any of that stuff. Like I said, if you're watching it after the fact that it's not live, I appreciate that too. They're all views. Like I said, we're just trying to get started with this and see if we can get over the 500 mark on the subscribers. That will just change the algorithm, and obviously we want to try to do more stuff. We want to talk bikes if we can. Maybe if there's news, whatever out there, like the drama that's going on between Indian and Harley. You know, that's Indians taking shots at Harley, so that's interesting. And I've seen a lot of videos where people are pretty pissed off. Some are like, hey, that's pretty cool, good for them, that's competition, and you know, competition is good for us as individuals because usually that means we get a better product. So if you've made it this far and you get to see any of that, talk about any of that, that would be cool. Put that down there too. And we will see everybody on the next go around. Either it may not be alive by the time I do this. It'll probably be just another video or something that I shoot. Not really sure yet. Depends on how it all works and what kind of time I've got. I figured I had a little bit of time to go sit out here in the garage and we can just kind of talk about things or whatever. If anybody goes and sees the channel, check out any of the other videos that are in there. Comment down here on if you want, and we'll try to see if there's anything that's related to that videos that you've seen, and kind of go from there. And I don't know how much stuff I can say on live, but like I said, there's other videos on there that are not related to motorcycles or bikes. So if you've made it this far, check those out. I appreciate anybody that is on or has been on. We're just going to run that for that 30 minutes. And like I said, anybody that sees it, checks it out. I know I'm just kind of babbling, trying to interact with everybody, but not getting a whole lot of traction with that at the moment. But appreciate everybody that was on there. Subscribe, like I said, we're trying to get over 500. I mean, last time we checked, we're like 410. So check out the other videos. Feel free to comment on this one down here, and tell me what other kind of content that you would like to see. And we will see everybody next time.